It's been a while since I was able to do that. I haven't felt that passionate about a win for so long with this Sixers squad. As Joel Embiid comes back, we get a massive win, and we're in the 3rd seed instead of the 5th. This game was so crucial. It was a big-time difference maker for the confidence moving forward. Let's be real. Wow, just wow with Embiid, especially in that second half. Now, it wasn't pretty. This game kind of actually got ugly. We hear the boos, boo, screaming down from the Wells Fargo Center, which was deserved. It's a wake-up call to our team. Listen, pick it the hell up. We need you to be better. Now, in regards to the score at that time, let me see here. It was 49-35 Pacers as they took a 14-point lead. So once the boos came down, the Sixers just made it happen. They went on a little run there into the back end of the second quarter, even though the Pacers respond with a couple buckets. The third quarter, that was the big deal. The third quarter, as we hold them to 11 points. The Pacers just went ice cold, essentially, in the second half. They were also missing their free throws. They missed 15 total free throws, but the Sixers, even though they were a little cold too in that third quarter, they found a way to really pick it up. And B was dominant, absolutely dominant, and not just defensively. You see what he does for this offense, and him on the floor, it was so nice. It put Sixers back into my soul. It's like I realized how powerful he really is when he's on the floor making plays happen. Euro stepping, bringing the crowd up in the Wells Fargo Center. In 28 minutes, he's grabbing 13 boards, 33 points. He was dynamite, especially in that second half. And he was playing with 4 fouls. 4 fouls. One of those was a horrendous foul call where Sabonis was going hard to the rim, and he just totally made sure he didn't make the contact. These refs today were so bad. It was absolutely pathetic out of the NBA and the referees today. Why? Why do you want to make all those calls? We are there to watch the players perform. We are there to watch the players play. Why would we ever sit there and want to see you blow your whistle? No one wants to see that. The amount of whistles called today, the amount of fouls, it's not reasonable. It's pathetic, and it makes it almost unwatchable, although I will absolutely watch it every time. The refereeing on both sides was a joke, and it put so many players into foul trouble. We want to see these athletes compete. It puts so many players in foul trouble. It was a joke, but very impressive out of Joel Embiid to play like that, to play so comfortably, not playing in 8 games, not playing since the All-Star break, and having to do it with 4 fouls. Kudos. Kudos. Now, Tobias had a stretch where he kept the Sixers in it. He had 16, 9, and 4. Ben Simmons had 18, 6, and 4. I think that there are 2 players that stood out to me on the bench. Amir Johnson, who played a G League game. I was really shocked to even see him out there on the floor. He comes from a G League game and ends up being a really nice piece off the bench. And James Ennis. We've heard Brett Brown talk about it. James Ennis, Jonathan Simmons, who's going to win the battle? James Ennis has provided a nice play. A really nice play for the Sixers coming off the bench. Jimmy, 12, 4, and 4. I really liked how this team clicked at the end. We saw it back end of the third quarter, going into the fourth quarter, what type of flow this team can play on. They were clamping down defensively, too. I know the Pacers went ice cold, but the Sixers also put the clamps down, making plays happen. Steals, TJ McConnell starting the fourth quarter, saving balls out of bounds. Just a lot of great defensive play there, and that is because once Joel Embiid gets into that floor, into that paint, it changes everything we do on both sides. Both sides. We just saw it with our eyeballs, the difference maker that this guy has for this team. But doesn't this give you reinsurance and say, okay, hold on. I know it was ugly, but we came out with a really impressive win. We have the 3rd seed now, and with Joel Embiid, it changes everything we've seen from the last 8 games. It has to. So I want to know in the comment section down below how you feel now about this win, even though it was ugly at times, even though we were down 14 and booing the hell out of this team, respectfully. Do you feel comfortable and feel as great as I do after that win? Because I'm sorry, it was great to see the team play with swag and confidence during that fourth quarter and just really beat down on the Pacers team that is a good team. And we started to really beat them down. They had no answers. Absolutely no answers whatsoever. Of course, the fouls changed everything, but both sides players were in foul trouble, and big-time players. I couldn't get over it. I mean, blocks that were called charges, and every ticky-tack play, and then you have the Mike Scott play where he goes for a steal, and then a clear path situation. All of it was crap. It was probably the worst performance I've ever seen out of an officiating crew. A 3:30 ABC game, really? That's what we want to see? We want to see the referees blow the whistle. Stop me now. Please stop me now. This was so crucial for the Sixers. It goes to the fact of just confidence-wise. How much better do we feel now? On top of that, the Pacer stretch that they're about to go on is so brutal. So brutal. So, my biggest thing is, obviously I talked about getting the 3 seed. We all want the 3 seed. Duh. I just don't want to see the Celtics. And that's reality. The Pacers fall. Us and the Celtics move up, or we rotate and we're 4, Celtics are 3, or we're 3 and the Celtics are 4. Obviously, I want the 3 because that means we play the 6. That's the mindset. But I'm just saying, as a whole, just get me away from the Celtics. Because we just don't match up good against them. But I don't want to sit here and make it about that. I don't want to sit here and make it about the Celtics. I want to enjoy this journey with the Sixers. And after a win like that, it just reassures me that Joel Embiid is that talented. He will make that much of a difference. And if he's able to play, if he is able to stay healthy and perform, we have a serious shot at this thing, because defensively, we are such a better team. Offensively, we are such a better team. How do you stop a guy like that Euro stepping down the lane? How? And then he puts you on the low block, and maybe he'll face you up and hit you with a jab step and kiss it off the glass, or put it right in the net. How do you defend that? He is a difference maker. We all know it, but just seeing it right now, it's great. 28 minutes, and he's putting 33 up with 4 fouls majority of the game. He had 3 fouls in 11 minutes. And keep in mind that terrible Sabonis one that I referred to earlier. Horrible. Just horrendous. The refs, you suck. Refs, you suck. I love that. I love that the Philadelphia fans are just going wild, and you can see it on national TV, ABC, how great the Wells Fargo Center can really be and how electric and phenomenal it is. I got to give kudos to this team, man. They didn't play pretty. There were times where it was so ugly. I said to myself, how is this real? My group chat got fired up and said we should have made none of these trades. It got to that extent. Now, I was defending it and say, shut your mouth. You really think Rocco and Dario is the answer compared to where we are now? And then we win, and then, they were all clapping back at the one guy who said it. Oh, what were you talking about? You Rocco and Dario, huh? It took about a half for Joel Embiid to find his swag. And once he did, there was no stopping that guy. You do need to factor in how ice cold the Pacers went. We did clamp down and play good defense, but they were just missing shots at the same time, too. Their back half, their second half was atrocious offensively. But we did really find rhythm as a team, and the team was just playing good basketball. It was fun basketball to watch. Ball movement, running the court fast. They played well. And I just want to throw this out there, because I'm neutral. But for the fans who don't like Brett Brown, do you have anything negative or positive to say about this one? Because when we do win, it sure gets quiet. And I'm just playing the middle of the field here, playing devil's advocate with the lovers and devil's advocate with the haters of Ben Simmons. I'm just playing devil's advocate. That's so big. The 3rd seed is so big. It kind of cancels out the last 8 because, okay, now this is where we are. This is the position, and let's worry about moving forward. We're in the position where we need to be. Let's worry about moving forward. It really does help erase what happened, because imagine losing this game, being in the 5th seed, and waking up tomorrow, and think about that discussion compared to where we are now. It is a game changer, a legitimate game changer. So, down below in the comments, let me know everything you thought about this ball game. It was big. It was big, and I haven't felt that way watching a Sixers game in a long time. I haven't felt that happy about a Sixers W in quite some time, and it feels good. And it feels good. It gets me to the point now where I just want to verify here our next tilt, which is the Cavaliers on Tuesday at home. We got a little Cavaliers and then the Kings at home Tuesday, Friday. So, hey man, let's focus on that. Let's get those W's, and thank you for so much for watching. I'll see you next time.